All right, if we could come together once again, please. All right, I'm waiting for everybody to plug in. Okay. Well, welcome back. Isn't this exciting, starting a new contract negotiation? It seems like we were just here. I don't understand it. Just a few weeks ago. But anyway, welcome. And we're going to get started this evening. Kerr, would you like to start with the check-in?
Sure. I feel like we were just here.
We were.
Hi, my name is Kerr Pizzone. I'm the Director for Teachers Association of Lee County and Chief Negotiator for the union. I'm doing well. No time constraints outside of the end of the meeting. I don't believe we have Sam Howard missing. And we also have Bob Scott Tula missing.
Bob S.
And Tara Sherman.
And before we go any further, I was talking while I was doing this, so I accidentally put expectations before elephants, so just in your mind, try to switch them.
No elephants. Expectation, start on next year's contract.
Kevin? Oh, okay. We can hold.
My name is Kevin Daly. I am president of the Teachers Association of Lee County. I am fine. I do not have any time constraints. Youth missing has been noted. No elephants and expectations to begin to work on next year's contract.
Hi, I'm Jill Castellano. I am the Vice President of TALC, and I am also a peer collaborative teacher at Varsity Lakes Middle. I'm doing quite well. My time constraints are just our scheduled time. Who's missing has been noted. I have no elephants, and my expectation is next year, stay on for next year's contract. Start on next year's contract. Sorry, I need better glasses. You guys just have my. Hello, my name is Anna Witten. I am a third grade teacher at Colonial Elementary, as well as the TALC secretary, and I'm fine. I have no time constraints, missing's been noted, no elephants, and my expectation is to start on next year's contract.
Good afternoon, my name is Shane Pearson, and I'm a testing coordinator at Island Coast High School. I'm also the treasurer for TALC. I am doing well. I have no time constraints, missing has been noted, no elephants, and I'd like to start on next year's contract.
Good afternoon, my name is Amy Johnson. I am doing well. I have no time constraints, missing has been noted, expectations to start on next year's contract, and no elephants. And I know I did that backwards, sorry.
It's okay.
Good afternoon, my name is Louis Fisher. I'm the Director of Instrumental Music at Gateway High School. I'm doing fine, I have no time constraints. Missing has been noted, no elephants, and expectations to start on next year's contract.
Good evening, I'm Christina Starrett. I am the kindergarten through 5th grade art teacher at Tortuga Preserve Elementary. Doing well, no time constraints, missing's noted, no elephants, and start on next year's contract.
Good evening, my name is Iris Grimaldi. I am a school social worker, currently assigned to Lehigh Senior High School. I'm doing well, I have no time constraints, missing has been noted, no elephants, and expectations are to start on the new contract.
Good evening. My name is LaShonda Hutchins Cologne, and I'm okay today. I'm the grades 3 through 5 math coach at Franklin Park Elementary. I don't have any time constraints. The city is noted. No expectation. I have expectations. No time constraints. Missing is noted, and the expectation is to start on next year's contract.
Good evening, Mario Dorstop, teacher of mathematics at South Fort Myers High School. Doing well, no time constraint, missing's been noted. No elephants. My expectation is to work on next year's contract.
You? Ron? That's okay.
Breaking norms already.
We haven't made any yet, so.
Good afternoon, I'm Robert Dodig, Executive Director of Human Resources. I am well. I have no time constraints. Jessica Duncan is missing tonight for us right now. I don't know if she'll be here or not. I have no elephants, and my expectation is also to start next year's contract.
Hi, I'm Will Rothenberg. I'm the Director of Compensation and Labor Relations. I am doing well. No time constraints. Missing is noted. No elephants. Expectation. Let's start on next year's contract.
Good afternoon. I'm Heather Leonard, the Director of Staffing and Talent Management. I'm doing well today. I don't have any time constraints outside of our normal ending time. I believe the missing has already been noted for both sides, and expectations is getting started on our contract.
Hi, my name is Kelly Letcher. I'm fine. I have no time constraints. Missing is noted. Expectations to work on next year's contract, and I have no elephants.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kevin Kelfie. I'm the payroll director. I'm doing well. I have no time constraints. Missing has been noted. I have no elephants, and my expectations are to start on next year's contract.
My name is Carl Burnside, principal of Dunbar High School. I am doing fine. I have no time constraints. Missing has been noted. No elephants. And my expectation is that we implement the interest-based process with fidelity.
Good afternoon. My name is Ben Osman. I'm the principal of Bayshore Elementary School. I am great. I have no time constraints. The missing has been noted. I don't have any elephants, and I'm going to go with Carl, implement the process with fidelity.
Okay, good evening. I'm Dr. Helen Martin, the Director of Professional Development. I'm doing well. I have no time constraints. Who is missing has been noted. My expectations are to start on next year's contract, and I have no elephants.
Hi, I'm Mike Gatewood, Director of Internal Auditing. I'm doing great. I have no time constraints. Missing has been noted. Expectations, next year, starting on next year's contract. No elephants.
Hi, I'm Suzette Rivera, the Director of Recruitment. I'm doing well. No time constraints. Missing has been noted. No elephants. And my expectations are to implement the interest-based bargaining with fidelity.
Hi, Ann Cole. I'm the principal at Calusa Middle School. I'm doing very well. I have no time constraints. Missing has been noted. No elephants, and expectations are to work on next year's contract.
I'm Shanna Johnston. I'm doing great. No time constraints. Missing is noted. No elephants, and my expectation is to start on next year's contract.
And thank you. And would you like to introduce yourself, please?
I'm Monica
Stevens, assistant principal at J. Cole English.
How are you tonight?
Oh, how am I? I'm wonderful. Okay. How am I doing? I'm doing great. Really excited to be here, be part of this process, and just see how it all works. Time constraints? None. Who is missing? No one. We're all here. Oh, noted. And expectations? I really like the part of implementing the process with fidelity. I think is great, and no elephants.
Hi, I'm Mia German, AP at Franklin Park. I'm doing wonderful, no time constraints, missing is noted. My expectations were tonight is to be a learner. Do I write that?
Yeah.
And no elephants.
And my name is Amy French. I am doing well tonight. I do not have any time constraints. Missing has been noted. I do not have any elephants. My expectations are to help our two new facilitators, Monica and Mia, be co-learners.
And good afternoon, Donna Mutzenard, retired. I'm doing very well. Very well retired, yes. I have no time constraints. Missing's been noted, no elephants, and my expectation is to help all of you get through all four expectations. All right, with that, since this is our first session, do we have minutes from the last TALC session from last contract year? Or this contract year, but last session? Yeah. No? Okay, we'll skip that then. Let's do norms first before we do calendar. So, and I think we're going to try to post these norms at the bottom of every agenda as well, so, but we need some suggestions for norms. Please. Kurt?
Can I throw out a few that typically go up every time?
Yeah.
Start and end on time. Limit sidebars. Issues, not individuals. Assume good intentions.
Okay, I saw Amy's hand up.
Wait.
Okay.
That's okay, I don't need it. Transparency.
Transparency.
All right. Jill?
Respect the interest-based process.
Shay?
Time at table valued and respected.
Christina? It's coming your way.
Everyone gets to participate.
LaShonda?
Stay on topic.
Okay. Anybody else? Yeah. Helen? Want to pass the mic down to Helen, please? Thank you.
This is not a norm, but I'm wondering if we can agree upon a process when we feel like there may need to be a norm check or review of the norms for the group. Maybe perhaps we can ask the facilitator just to review the norms.
Absolutely. Anything else? No? Anything else? Oh, Anna?
To have the minutes distributed prior to the next session.
Iris?
Be present and engaged.
All right, let's give you time to catch up. Anything else? Kevin?
Restroom breaks when appropriate.
Do we have to make that a norm?
Sure, we may as well.
All right.
I haven't contributed anything yet. I wanted to say something.
We haven't mentioned cell phones yet.
That's it.
Kurt?
I'll go through the two I think we missed. So silent cell phones. Maintain confidentiality.
We don't have any questions.
It's okay if it looks confidential. And object at the table.
All right, anything else? All right, we have a larger list, I think, than normal. We have 2 sheets. So before we go any further, look over the norms. Remember, we can always add norms as we go along. Carl? Sure.
Clarify the time that table value.
Time and table valued
And respected.
and respected.
I'm sorry, I'm
Yeah.
really don't know. Time, what does that mean?
Who did that? Give it to Shay. Thank you.
It was more about just respecting our time here.
Okay, I just want to know it.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I could go more into it, but I wanna move forward, not move backwards. Okay.
I just want to know it, because I did not know.
All right, anything else? Rob?
So, you can in a second. So a few of these are interests, it seems like, not norms. I'm used to the cell phones and things like that, so I'm not sure, like Carl, what some of them necessarily mean. So, and if by Shay's response it suggests some type of grievance from before, that's not being transparent, which is one of the norms.
I want to pass that down to Ann. Okay. Go ahead, Shay.
I wouldn't call it a grievance, but I think that there were times during the last bargaining session that we felt we weren't respected, and I felt like sometimes our time wasn't valued. There were instances where we would go ahead and we would go into caucus, and there was an instance where we came back from caucus, 5 minutes before we were ending one night. And I understand that things happen, but I've only been on the bargaining team 2 years. I've watched it for many years. And I felt like, and most of us, I think, on the team would concur, that we felt it was run much differently than it had in years past. So as a team, we've come up with some of these things that we felt were important to put out tonight.
And, what?
Okay, so there are a couple things obvious to me that there are some other underlying things that I really don't know or get. So I'll just say it. I'm going to be transparent, and that's how I always am. I was curious about the maintained confidentiality because we're recorded. So maybe there are some other things that are not part of this table up here or whatever. There are just some things there that I'm trying to, and I've been doing it maybe too long, that's why I say I'm old, so I get lost in some of the weeds. But, because at the last session, I definitely did express my unreadiness about the road we were going on, and we did get better. You know, I said it out loud, and we did get better. But anyway, if we're going to go through, and that was why I just started out by talking about the process. I really do believe in that. If we really go to the basics with the interest-based process, then perhaps some of these things don't really happen. And that's why because I'm thinking ahead, when we were talking about expectations, my expectation is like, we need to go back to the fundamentals and make sure that we all, I didn't say, but all of us are following the interest-based process, which is why I brought that up, because I don't want us to get down to the rabbit hole that I felt like we went down the last time. And I was upfront about it, I said it, and with the hope of best intentions that we will follow the process. If we really do that, then some of the concerns perhaps won't grow, because it shouldn't be about the people, it should be about the process. And I think, and I'll say it, sometimes we get caught into who is in the role when we are the ones that really control what happens. And I won't say anything else on TV, but I welcome a conversation that we really do need to move forward about the process.
And I think maintain confidentiality has been up there before in other sessions. That's not a new one. Yeah, last year it was on there, I think.
August 13th, 2022.
Yeah.
I think someone asked me the question about maintain confidentiality, and I think when it was first put up there, it was either like just before or just after issues, not individuals. I think with the thought being, if we're going to talk about someone's like personal situation, that we're not going to talk about, this person has a pending disciplinary matter, or this person, they're on FMLA for this reason or that reason. And so just a reminder, I think that because these are public meetings, we shouldn't be disclosing personal information about people when we're describing some of the situations that we're talking through.
Right, and I think you're exactly on point, Will. That's what we're meaning by it, because these are public meetings. There's no confidentiality during the meeting, but we do get into some specific things that we don't name names. Kurt. Oh, okay. Anybody else? All right, any other questions on the norms? Anna?
Why we're just talking about some kind of process things, I guess a little bit, our first night norm is to start and end on time. And I was just curious if we could, there's been times when like either side is not ready right at 4 o'clock. Is it possible for us to like start the meeting, do the check-in, and then if that either side can then go, okay, I need to caucus or something, so that way, the people watching as well can see, it started, it went on caucus, and thank you.
You're right. Tonight was a few minutes late because people were still coming in and plugging in and getting set up. So instead of having all that going, sometimes it's my call. Instead of having all that going on while people are trying to talk, I kind of wait for the room to settle. So, but we can certainly call everybody to be in their seats at 4 o'clock and be ready. May or may not happen, but we will do our best. And everybody knows you can call a caucus at any time. Kerr?
Also, in the past, we've had an interest-based bargaining document that went out the first night. I'm desperately searching through my emails trying to find it. Yes, that. Could we have that ready for night 2?
Will?
Yes, and I think actually we just lifted Donna's overview of interest-based bargaining the 1 year, so we can include that. If you want us to put it at everyone's table, put it in the minutes for the next night, we can take care of that.
Yeah, I don't think anybody really thought of it because we were such a short turnaround here. But thank you for doing that. Anything else? Jill?
I just wanted to bring up, because I know we've talked about like a norms checker and a couple things, it may be helpful to have a Google Drive with all of us in it. We can house some of those documents there so we can always reference them during the process, and we don't have to worry about always re-emailing some of our like interest-based documents. So if we need references during the meeting, we have access to them, and that might be easier with the minutes. I don't know if we're allowed to do that stuff, but it's an idea that we can explore later because we have work to do, so.
Okay, good suggestion. Anything else? All right, with that, if there are no other questions or clarifications needed, can we see thumbs for the norms? Up, sideways, or down? I don't see anybody with their thumb down, so we are good to go with our norms, and we are going to try to print these at the bottom of every agenda, so you'll have them in front of you at every session. All right, the next thing is the fun thing, calendar. And if I remember correctly, we did get a request when we got the request for this date for the 27th of March, which is the Monday after spring break. So we do have one scheduled for March 27th. And do we want to continue with every other Monday after that as we've been doing, or what's happening with Spelk right now? Kerr?
I think the calendar invite, Donna, has...
Did it continue every other week?
Yeah.
Okay.
The 13th.
Yeah.
13th, and 27th.
Okay, so it already is continuing every other week. Is that okay with everybody? Shay?
If that's the case, then it would be scheduled for the 10th.
That's not school day.
Yeah, it's not school day.
All right, could you?
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
If we stayed with every other, the 10th would be the one after the 27th, and that's not a school day.
All right, so we will cross off April 10th. April 10th, that's Easter weekend. Correct? Yeah. All right, so the next one after the 27th would be on the 24th of April. Kevin?
I'm interested in not having a month off.
Interested in not having that whole month off to not bargain.
Okay.
So if we're looking at Mondays, it'd either be the 3rd or the 17th.
Okay, if we're talking April.
We're talking April, yeah, sorry,
Okay.
April, either be the 3rd or the 17th.
April 3rd or
Let's stick to Mondays.
17th. How does that look? Rod?
Well, potentially that would mess up the sequence with Spalk. And I'm looking at Kerr, I know he's no longer with Spalk, but certainly is aware of what's going on there. I was thinking just move it to the 11th, but that's a school board meeting.
I don't know that Spalk has any more dates on the calendar off the top of my head.
No, we don't, but we do need to reconvene with Spalk, so.
What if we throw out, never mind. What about Wednesday, April 12th?
It appears to be okay. Anybody on our team?
April 12th, okay with everybody? So the first meeting after the 27th would be April 12th.
We have TALC labor management at 2, so we'll be with each other for quite a while then.
Well,
Isn't that special?
in full disclosure, I'll be in Tallahassee those days, but these guys got it without me. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not, again, we're gonna have a really limited amount of sessions to get a deal in front of people before the middle of May, and so, yeah, I'm fine to be in Tallahassee. They might even go better if I'm not here.
Okay, so April 12th is it. Is that okay? We're looking around at everybody. I don't see anybody
Yeah, I think we're
who
good.
can't make it other than Kevin. So the 10th will be replaced by the 12th. And then the next one would be April 24th, because we're leaving the days open for spell. All right, anything else for the calendar? Cure?
I can just go ahead and throw out May 8 and May 22.
Okay, that already came through if you accepted the invitation, right?
Yeah, they're already on the calendar.
Yeah.
And I believe is the last day the 8th of June? The 7th?
You mean school day?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So just looking at ratification timeline, I think the 22nd would have to be our wrap it up day.
May 22nd, you're
If
talking.
we go any further than that, we would risk not having enough time to implement or to ratify.
Okay. Kevin?
I would like to kind of get the subcommittees of bargaining, turn around and supplement those committees that have honestly not met for various reasons over the past year. We need to get those like back on the calendar, staffed with people, and where necessary, a budget. And this is the one time I want to say this, like I want to put a whole deal in front of people. So I know that puts a burden sometimes on the district from a budgetary perspective, but the recent trend has been no retroactivity, except for with the TISA money. So if we have to come back and discuss salary, and again, I expect to be able to discuss TISA because session wraps up May 5th, so that money will be there. But we need to get those committees up and rolling again, and so the supplement committee, the turnaround committee, the evaluation committee, all the committees we normally had during a session, we need to start meeting as soon as possible so that they can bring their work to the table so we can approve it and get it rolled in.
Okay, is that something that you can set between labor management, set dates, and do we have people on those committees that are in place?
I'm fine with that. It's just the last time we took something to labor management, it caused a ruckus.
All right. So doing the dates for supplement, for committees, subcommittees, Rob?
Will said we're working to get them scheduled, so.
Okay, great, thank you. Anything else for calendar? All right, with that, the next thing on our agenda is snapshots. So give us a second to change paper around. You can put that on the wall. Right. Sure. Kurt just asked if I would explain snapshots again for those people who may not remember. Remember we start at the beginning, and last year I think we forego snapshot at our first meeting, but we are doing snapshots today, and remember a snapshot is whatever articles are being opened, it's a brief story in bullet form, so it's very short, and then we describe your interest, and then if you have any requests for data, is also put on there. We do bring the snapshots back when you get to that article in a regular session so that you can see, you can have the little bullet points to remind you of what we discussed, and we can expand it from there. So they're setting up the papers for snapshots. The article will be written at the top, which article we're going to talk about. So who would like to start? Kurt?
Perhaps as a matter of procedure, we should first say what articles both sides are opening. Because 10 and 11 are always open.
Correct.
12 is open jointly for
Correct.
rewrite.
Right.
The union is looking to open Article 2 and Article 15.
Okay. 2:15. Rob?
Along with 12, we would reopen 7, Article 7.
7.
Work schedule.
Okay. So we have 10, 11, 12, which are ongoing articles, and Article 2, 15, and 7. Rob?
Yeah, and I know 11 goes along with 10 typically. We just did a lot of work on 11, so, I mean, I'm not saying we shouldn't reopen it, but I'm not sure how much time we need to put into 11.
Kevin?
I think we're gonna have to open it as needed, like I've been telling people when I talk about the deal. It's too early right now to project the impact on the health insurance plan. And so I think we're gonna have to open it. That may be something we have to come back and deal with during the school year, because none of us here with predictability can say what rates are gonna do and how much more money we may need or what we may need to do with the plan. So ITF is gonna have to do something. And so I mean, it may be back in like a special session where we just jointly do benefits with SPOUT, but we're gonna have to adjust benefits as well.
Okay. Okay. All right, so we don't need to do a snapshot right now on 11.
Just to understand that it probably is open.
It's probably going to be a joint session somewhere along during the school year. Okay, so if we go in chronological order, can we start with Article 2? Story bullet points.
Article 2 is rights, privileges, and responsibilities. We would like to take a look at provision number 5. This is 2.035 as it relates to union dues deductions.
All right, any more to add to that?
We've worked hard over the years at aligning both TALC and SPOUT contracts, so we will be bringing back a proposal that helps do that with the existing TALC language.
Okay. Anything else for Article 2? No? Will?
Not to drag things out, but I know that there's some reference to like mailboxes and bulletin boards, and so I don't know if part of going through Article 2 is maybe bring that up to date in terms of current forms of communication.
Okay, we'll add that to the story. Thank you. Anything else for Article 2? All right, your interest to go along with Article 2.
I'm thinking, but I'm stumbling. Consistency.
Okay.
I was stumbling on that. And I do want to self-report a violation of the norms. I had a cookie over there at 4 o'clock instead of being here. Fair.
All right. All right, we have consistency as an interest for Article 2. Anything else as an interest, Kevin?
Can we add fresh baked goods as a one?
I don't think so. Unless everybody's going to take a turn bringing fresh baked goods. Anything else? Any other interest for Article 2 other than consistency? Okay. As we said, we'll expand on this story when we get to it. We can always add interest as they come up. And is there any requests for data? No. All right, Article 2 is done. All right, 7 is next. Rob?
So we've been charged with, and I've told our team, with really the focus for us, I'm going to start with an interest, which is student achievement. So with that, there's a desire to discuss some of the items in Article 7 work schedule with pertain to student achievement, which may include the workday, planning, and some things that maybe other high-performing districts are doing. So that's our snapshot, essentially.
Okay. Anybody else have anything to add for the snapshot for Article 7? Kurt?
We would like to have a conversation around 7.01 1B, the lunchtime provision. I guess in the same lines, some other high-performing districts are.
Can you hold just a second? Well, we're in a training session at the same time here. Okay, go ahead, Kurt.
Some of the other comparable districts have longer employee lunches. So we would like to have a conversation around extending that 25-minute duty-free lunch to something longer.
Okay. Kevin?
I also think it's important that we continue to educate supervisors of non-classroom personnel that they get a lunch too. I was speaking to some employees here the other day and brought up planning time and duty-free lunch, and the laughter was not inspiring. So how we set up the mechanisms to ensure that everybody gets the contractual time they're obligated to, no matter what position they're in.
Okay. Did you get that? Okay. Jill?
May I add an interest?
Yes.
I would like to add teacher, well, not just teacher, it's the whole bargaining unit, so I guess staff morale and mental health.
Iris?
I'd like to add an interest, employee retention and equity.
And Jill?
Employee work-life balance.
Any other interest or story? We're kind of switching back and forth here. Kerr.
This is more story.
Okay.
In 7.03, there is discussion around the in-service days. And just putting it out there that the employees at the Department of Juvenile Justice facilities don't receive their in-service days. just by the nature of the student calendar.
Okay. Will?
Kurt mentioning DJJ just reminded me that there were also statutory changes to the school year for DJJ locations that I think are not currently reflected.
Okay, anything else for the story? All right, any other interest? Any data needed? Kevin?
To be honest with you, this is we're on the fly assessing what we might want to talk about in 7, just as the district was probably on the fly as to what they may want to talk about in 2 and 15. So this is a good start with snapshots, but given a couple of weeks, we may have a little more specific stuff around 7, just when we've had an opportunity to really dig in.
And snapshots are just that, just a snapshot in time, and times change, especially when the legislature's in session. Anything can change. Rob?
No, I just wanted to concur with Kevin.
Okay.
I think we always reserve the right to
Absolutely.
have that conversation.
Yes. Jill?
I have a question. So if you take a look, it's contract page 31, like if you have a printed contract, but if you're using the PDF, it would be page 36. So it's 7.01 workday, then it's under standard workday, and then down towards where it talks about teach through planning period. I know we added information to Article 15 about that, so do we have to make any changes here? Yeah. I know, but it's here in sections. I just didn't know if that needed to be put up there so that we know that maybe we need to move something there. It says teaching during planning periods. I just didn't know. Unless that was moved in the TA, because I'm not looking at the TA. So I just wanted to ask, does that need to be addressed?
We could put in the story, check for any updates needed.
Okay.
How's that?
Thank you, Donna.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Kevin?
I'm trying to look at other contracts, but pay during emergency order. I can't remember which article it's in, but it might be 7.
It's in 7.
But it's not for TALC. So, oh, okay.
It's 5B.
It's in the TELC contract, so.
But I think it's an interest. We have an interest in consistency.
Yes. All right, did we put consistency up there? We did for the last one, I know. No. All right, consistency we will put up there as an interest. Anything else for Article 7? Okay. Anything else? Anna?
Bring that up to the 21st century.
In Article 7(5)(b), it does say that if the schools are to close as a result of a hurricane, we'll be notified via radio and television. So maybe we want to.
I think we put fix any updates needed. That might be one, yes. There may be a few things added to that radio and television list. It still is on radio and television, but we may want to add a few other
It does also
methods.
talk about pay that Kevin was referencing in that.
Yeah, okay. Anything else? All right. We are finished with 7. Do we want to go to 10? Or do you want to go to 15?
Well,
I know, we have 10, well, we talked about 11, so we have 10 and 12, 15. So you want to do 10, 12, 15? Okay, let's do Article 10 then. And story for Article 10. I guess it's going to be, Kevin, go ahead.
So I did find it in the spout contract. So consistency would be the non-standard rate of pay during suspended operations or declared emergency.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And Jill, oops, sorry.
Article 10, inflation and things are getting hard, so we need more money. It was more story. I kind of made a joke if you said say it, yes, it's an intro.
So,
Raises for all.
just a sec, Kurt. All right, Kurt.
So every year we execute an MOU with the district to provide payment for career ladder movement, and we would like to add that into the contract. Some language that provides for career ladder movement every year.
Okay. Anything else to add for Article, Rob?
Yeah, we would like to discuss experience credit and return to rate.
Okay.
But also, I just want to note that the legislative session just convened, and it goes until May, I forget the exact date, 5th. Thank you, Kevin. And our ability to understand the financial aspects of what school districts in the state may be receiving from the state may not be known until the morning of May 6th, or thereabouts.
Or later.
Ellie reminds me that under Florida law, it has to have a cooling off period before the governor signs it, which, anyway, I have a personal story. I was a page in the New York State Assembly, which is like the House, and we used to have to put the bills on their desks so they could sit there for 3 days.
All right, anything else on Article 10 for the story? Kurt?
This is probably the appropriate part to just reiterate what Mr. Daly said earlier about the committees. The supplement committee and the turnaround committee should have results or proposals to bring back to bargaining, so those committees need to meet.
Okay, anything else? I'll give Monica a chance to get that down. Rob?
Yeah, and I don't think I'm saying anything that the folks at this table don't understand, but I just, when it comes to compensation, we'll be bargaining for next school year, the fiscal year 24 contract, and I just want to make that clear.
Okay, thank you. Anything else? Interest. Jill?
Employee morale and retention and recruitment.
Okay, Rob?
Yeah, not to be forgotten, out of story, I think we have to discuss class coverage.
Okay, add to story class coverage. Everybody's favorite topic. Heather? We certainly can. Manageability as an interest. Jill?
I do have a question, and I don't know if this is a good time to ask for clarification about like ESSER. Is that money gone at the end of this year and anything funded by it? Would that end this school year?
It has one more year. Next year will be the last year.
So would any positions or anything that's being funded, any bonuses, anything could continue to possibly be funded through next school year? And I said could possibly be funded.
So right now, there are positions in there, and there is the 8.2 million for class coverage in there. Other than that, right now, there's nothing that has been approved by the state for anything else.
But ESSER, it will be around for FY24. Okay. Kevin?
An interest, ability to ratify, otherwise known as ratifiability.
Right, ratifiability.
Yeah, that.
Yes, sir.
Continued attention to teachers that have been neglected by the state, mid-year to advanced career educators, people that fall outside the narrow definition. Just
okay, that's kind of a long interest.
Equity.
Equity, thank you. Helen?
I would like to add an interest under compliance with the different grant requirements for the use of funds, as well as some of the state requirements on the use of funds.
Okay, compliance is always relevant. Anything else? Remember, we can always add interest as we go along. Kurt?
I don't know the best way to say it. Competitiveness, to be competitive with surrounding counties.
Anybody else? All right. I think we're done with Article 10 for now. The next one, Kurt?
The data request?
Yeah, oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Just and I realize this would be a snapshot in time, but the balance of unspent ESSER dollars. And after ratification of the FY23 contract, we will want our routine request for salary information, but I can ask for that, at a different time.
Okay. Just a heads up. We probably won't be getting to Article 10 right away anyway, so. Anything else? All right. Then I guess we're done with Article 10. Sorry about that. Article 12 is the next one. We're going to skip over 11 for now. Article 12. Kevin? It's on a new sheet, so you can go ahead.
I would like to once again explore bereavement leave as part of Article 12. I don't know if that's interest, story, certainly not data, but there's maybe a data request that goes along with it. I'm sure there's an actuarial group that can let us know the expected rate of usage amongst the population of our employee base. So if we could get that, but yeah, bereavement leave.
Okay. Will?
I know for story, we have proposed language that's been floating out there for a couple of years. And I know that there was also an effort to try and provide like a summary in lieu of a crosswalk. So we can, for the proposed language. I think that might be a good starting point for some of the other conversation, like what Kevin is talking about.
Okay. Kevin?
Personal leave, I think we allow 5, but I think we're allowed to allow 6. So, by statute, so personal leave increase perhaps. Vacation time accrual. I also believe we're under what the law says we can do for people that accrue vacation time.
All right, anything else for Article 12, snapshot for story? All right, our interest. Kevin?
Employee morale and consistency with statute.
Anything else, any other interest? Or
With statutes or just consistency?
I think consistency, because some of these may bubble over into the SPALC agreement and Schedule N and admin as well. Yeah.
All right, Will.
I think in the past, one of our interests was equity.
Okay. Any other interest? Her.
I have two. I have two. One, safety, the ability to take leave if you're sick. And secondly, I don't know how to say this, but I'd like to get it done. This, as Will said, this has been out there for a few years. Let's get it done this year. This year's the year.
Anna?
For story, what about like disaster leave? There's a natural disaster and lose everything and have to miss school. Passionately.
All right, anything else? Any other data requests? Kevin?
I guess we can partially help provide this language from other contracts, like some of the bereavement leave we've essentially stolen from other contracts around the state and country. So some examples of what's already out there around these concepts.
Okay.
I know Kurt has something because you got excited.
Anything else? Kerr? Okay.
Data request, I would like to know the number of instances of compassionate leave that's been taken from either Schedule N or the administrator units.
Okay, Rod?
Yeah, I'm not sure how we would track that, Kerr. Do you mean during the period of time right after the storm?
I think that's new language that is in the administrator and Schedule N contract. So I'd be interested, say, for up till now this school year, how many instances of compassionate leave has been taken, if that record exists?
I don't think a record does exist, because I think the answer is 0, actually. So, but we'll check for sure.
Okay. Anything else? All right. right, leaving Article 12 and moving to Article 15. Kurt?
So there are two items, Article 15 is duration and acceptance. We would like to look at the duration of this agreement that we're negotiating now. And in addition, we spoke about this at the last bargaining session. We will have proposed edits to 15.05, the severability language.
All right, anything else for Article 15? I know it's not a very long article, but anything else?
Severability. ERABILITY. And the duration is should be under story. That's 15.03 duration.
All right, anything else on Article 15? Our interest for Article 15? Kara?
Words it.
Okay.
Limited sidebar.
Go ahead.
So I'm trying to think of the best way to say it. I think the interest is continued positive labor relations between the parties.
Okay. 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 Any other interest?
Ability to ratify.
Okay. Will?
Oh, I have a 12 thing too, so okay.
Oh, all right, we'll bring 12 back up. Anything on 15? Anything else? Any requests for data? No. All right, then we're going to go back to 12 because we have a couple of additions to 12. And Will, what's your addition to 12?
So Heather reminded me, we've had a couple different questions come out about paternity leave, and specifically in situations where there's an adoption, surrogacy, and I think there's also maybe some federal guidance that's come out related to pregnancy and ADA that might fit into story as well on that, but I know that's a current concern for a number of people.
All right, thank you. Is that where you were going, Kevin? I saw you nodding your head and pointing.
That was me, yes.
Yes, okay. Any other additions to 12? Okay, so the last thing on our agenda was snapshots. So we can, it's 5:13. We can continue with one of the snapshots. We can take a break and continue with one of the snapshots. But I heard people say they need time to look over the language in those specific articles. So tell me what you would like to, how you'd like to proceed. Kerr?
I'll just throw this out there. I know our team needs time to look at Articles 7, at least Article 7, and I didn't know that we would get this far this early tonight, so I don't have my proposal for Article 2. I would be okay with us postponing until next time.
Okay. Anybody else? Is everybody else okay with that? All right. Kevin?
I also think there's a high probability that we will have visitors from another county in the state next session, so we need to have everything ready for next time, so I think we need to break and do our research.
Okay. Anything else? Rob?
No, and I saw the email, so I guess another county's interested in using interest-based bargaining, for lack of a better word.
Okay.
So they're gonna come and observe, like a good teacher would tell their students, be on our best behavior.
Anything else? With that, our next meeting will be March 27th. Enjoy your spring break, those of you who have it, and those of you who are taking time to have it. And happy St. Patrick's Day. Thank you.